What's up, y'all? That's right. It's me, Creative Tony, solamente solo today on a Friday, but not for long. Not for long. It's a high noon Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. We got the Friday vibes going here on Polymax Particles. Polymac, I think he's actually in the air as we speak, flying to New York City to go spend some time with his boys, Tommy and James, and then also to go visit some of his boys, like his other boys from high school, and guys like Rags. So Polly will be back on Tuesday. We're taking Monday off for the holiday, and then Polly will be back with Rags on Tuesday, and the three of us will do the show. But today, we've got Polly and I with Kate Scott. We taped it yesterday, and then after Kate Scott joins us, then we've got Dom Peralta, our art director and just overall badass, and Carlos de la Fuente, another badass and dear friend of ours. Both of them will join me after Kate Scott. We're going to break down a little bit of Niners Bucs, the whole Mac Jones news. He's got an oblique situation going on. So Adrian Martinez, next man up. We're going to talk about that. We got to talk about how the Phillies lost that game last night. That was so freaking brutal. And we also have to talk about a local kid born in Hayward, California, Tarek Skubal, going for the Tigers today against the Mariners, 5:08 p.m. Game 5 in that series. Thank goodness at least one of the series had a game 5. And then we're going to pay our respects to Sister Jean, who passed today. And we got to talk about that frickin' tush push. It was a frickin' tush push. And you know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Hey, Paulie. Hi. Phil Sims here.
But congrats to the New York Giants, and good job, New York Giants. It's hard not to like guys like Cam Scattaboo. I got to say that right out of the gates. We'll talk about that as well. And we'll talk about the stupid tush push. We're going to go through the musical assignment. We went through it yesterday. We're going to revisit that today as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about a bracket that Carlos de la Fuente made that we're going to just tease it. We're going to introduce it. And then when Paulie gets back, we might dive into it later on when Paulie gets back next week and beyond. And we're going to go over some fun birthdays today as well. So sit back, relax. It's a very unique high noon Friday on Polymax Particles. I'm Creative Tony. Like I said, Paulie not here today. He's on his way to New York City. But yesterday, we taped an interview with one of our all-time favorite human beings, Kate Scott. She has some very exciting news that we talked to her about on the interview that we taped yesterday. We were going to have her on Monday, and then she texted me saying, hey, any chance we can push it back to later this week? I have some really exciting news that I can't tell you yet, but once it happens, I'd love to talk to you about it on the show. So then what we did was we taped just something yesterday on Thursday, and forgive us too, because we did talk a little bit of Phillies, Dodgers, and Eagles, Giants, not knowing obviously the outcomes of those games. So remember that it is taped, but we were all, putting our fingers together and hoping for a Phillies win and a game 5. Obviously that didn't happen, but so please forgive that portion of the interview, but it's good banter. So I was going to edit it out, but I thought, you know what? It's fun banter. It's good banter. And I just want to say what's up to everybody on the chat. What's up, Pine Needle? What's up, Robot Centaur? What's up, Rags? What's up, Stevie B? What's up, Gravy? NorCal Refrigeration HVAC. What's up, Shank? What's up, Ray Goodman? What's up, Dom? I see Dom. I just talked to Dom. We've seen you in a little bit. Noemi, what's shaking? Lily Merchant. Who we got? Cody Marchetti, what's shaking too? And Escobar, there's Cheeks, there's Miriam, and on and on and on. Thank you all for joining the show. We are so freaking fortunate. Steven Gatto, that's a new name. I haven't seen that name before. What's up, Steven? Welcome to the show. We're just so stoked to have the PMP Familia, and it's growing, and we can tell that it's growing, and we're really enjoying it. So thank you for sticking with us. But without further ado, I'm going to throw it now to our interview yesterday that we recorded with Kate Scott, and then stick around after the interview because I will be joined by Dom Peralta and Carlos de la Fuente for some Niner talk, MLB playoff talk, and F the tush push for life, basically. So here we are, Paulie Mac, myself, and the great Kate Scott.
Listen, we have a very special treat for you guys for this Friday high noon broadcast. Even though I'm absent, I'm still kind of here because Creative Tony and I are using the magic of tape. Tony and I are big taping enthusiasts, and this is really a scheduling thing. We couldn't get Kate live, but we're always happy to have Kate Scott join us under any circumstance. But today, Tony, the circumstances are like national newsworthy. So this is going to be really exciting. We're very happy for Kate as she climbs yet another mountain in her incredible career, which is really unfolding before our eyes. We're also happy for Kate. We're so proud for Kate. So let's bring her in, Tony. The great Kate Scott, play-by-play voice of the Philly 76ers. And there she is. There's our girl.
Hey,
I like that. I would have called that the Kate Scott dance, man. We're doing the Kate Scott dance. Hey, we are joined by our colleague, our sister, our cousin, our family member. We love the great Kate Scott. She's joining us from Philly today. Little moments in her schedule, and I know the schedule is getting more and more busy as the days unfold. Now, if you haven't heard, here's the big announcement. Obviously, we already know Kate's resume. Started here in California at KMBR on the Murph and Mac show. She's since gone on to become the play-by-play voice of the Philadelphia 76ers. And now we have a major news announcement. If you missed it a couple of days ago, Kate Scott has been tapped for the lead broadcaster in WNBA coverage. Kate, congratulations. Very, very happy for you. You deserve all of this. And welcome back to Polymax Particles. How's my girl doing today? How you been, Kate?
Guys, where it all started. I want to kiss you through the screen right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to see you guys. And thank you for that wonderful intro. And yeah, things are good right now, guys. Things are busy as ever. But that's how it's been since I was working with you both. So nothing changes. We just get older, a little more gray. That's
you know what's funny, Kate? Your career is on such a fast track now, and it wasn't even that long. Geez, I forgot to mention another feather in your cap. The freaking game you just called in the NFL, the Steelers game, they jetted you over to Ireland. How was that whole experience going overseas, calling an NFL game? Like, start with that. What was that like for you, Kate?
Friggin' wild, Paulie. It was wild. But how fortunate am I to have a background in radio, right? I love calling football on the radio. If it wasn't for Sarge, who I texted before it was public, Bob Sargent at the 49ers, giving me that shot to call Niners preseason games on the radio back in 2016, like that planted so many seeds for so many people. But it was great. I don't know if you guys have been to Dublin. Absolutely. All the stereotypes about it are true. People could not be nicer. The Guinness is better.
Yeah, right.
Cliffs of Moher are spectacular. Like, I was there for a very short period of time because I had to get back here because the Sixers are underway now. But so grateful for that opportunity. Had a blast. And hope to get to do more football for Westwood One and hopefully go back to Ireland.
So, Kate, what was the appetite for NFL football, just the product over there? Because I know the NFL is really pushing it into all these new markets now, and they're trying to play games all over the world, literally. But how was it met in Ireland? I got to imagine they embraced it, right? American football.
Paulie, it reminded me of when we would go to cities for Super Bowl week for Radio Row, right?
Yeah.
And then, like the city was just packed with Steelers and Vikings fans, and they were very deliberate. Like the Rooney family immigrated from Ireland way back in the 1840s during the Great Famine. So Steelers fans had kind of been making that their home, and a lot of Irish folks had made the Steelers their team years ago because of that connection. And then on top of that, like the Vikings tried to take them over among the many countries and peoples that tried to take over this little country, Ireland.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, what if we do the Steelers and the Vikings? But it was cool because it is such a close flight from the East Coast. Like, it shockingly only took me 6 hours to get there direct from Philly. And a lot of people from the rest of Europe who maybe had been wanting to go to Ireland for one reason or another, who were also NFL fans, just thought, this is really cool. This is the first time the NFL is ever going to Ireland. They played it in a really historic stadium, Croke Park. It was only the 5th football game of any kind that this stadium that had been open since 1884 had ever hosted, because it was right. Like, it was mostly the home of Irish Gaelic football. And they were like, nobody else is playing here forever.
Right.
So it was a really big deal, and the appetite was intense, and the beer was flowing, and it was a beautiful day. It was awesome. It was a great game.
Oh, Kate, it is so good to see you and hear your voice. And I want to know, are you taking applications for like a personal assistant?
It's a good question. Actually, there's two of us. Yeah,
I would love that if you guys can help me with some things. It is hilarious though how like the more, I guess, you climb, as you were saying, Paulie, like up the mountain.
Yeah.
The little things that didn't used to be a big deal, but like scheduling travel and submitting my reimbursements and all kind of like the busy work. I get why people have personal assistants now, because Tony, I'll hit you up after the show because let's talk.
I can see Tony can become like your personal like Lloyd character from Entourage. Remember Ari Gold's assistant Lloyd? And Ari Gold would always be yelling at Lloyd, get over here. Lloyd, book me a ticket to LA. Go. That's gonna be you, Tony. You're gonna be Kate Scott's Lloyd.
I will be nicer than that, Tony, but I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I'll take it all day. And Kate, but seriously though, your schedule has now gotten even busier. And can you like explain exactly what you're going to be doing for the WNBA? Because we're so excited for you. And by the way, Valkyrie's fever out here
I know
is real and thick and wonderful. And what a great first season they had here. But so tell us exactly what you're going to be doing for the WNBA, because this is a huge announcement. Just give us.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and thanks for pushing back, because we were supposed to record earlier in the week, and I was like, Tony, I got something, but I can't tell you what it is yet. But I think we maybe want to talk about it. So so I think the best comparison is just for so many years, right? The MNBA, as I like to jokingly call it now, the Men's National Basketball Association.
Nice. Yeah,
right, like TNT had their Tuesday or Thursday nights, right? And like you knew that the big game was when Kevin Harlan was calling it. So this new organization, Versant, which you don't really need to care about, it's like NBC splitting off, but USA Network is going to be carrying a Wednesday night doubleheader every single week from May to October is when the WNBA season runs. So every Wednesday night, whatever the biggest game of that doubleheader will be, I'm hoping a lot are going to be at Valhalla at the Chase Center. I'll get to be calling that, which is awesome. So it's going to be one of the national games of the week every Wednesday, all summer long. And yeah, Paulie, I mean, my in-laws went to games, friends went to games. They were sending me pictures. They were like, this place is crazy, Kate. You've got to get out here and see a game. And I said, friends, I want to do more than just see a game. Just stay tuned. And hopefully I'll be out there a lot next year.
I got to say, Kate, too. Oh, Tony, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got another one for Kate? Go for it.
I'm just saying it's just the coolest, Kate. And the fact that you are in the MNBA and now the WNBA and in the NFL. And I noticed too that Philly is getting a WNBA team for 2030. I expect you'll be involved in that as well. And you got this. I mean, it's so fun to watch what's going on with you, and we couldn't be happier for you. And by the way, when you come out here for those games, we're the three of us, we're all getting together. Just
okay. I was gonna say, you guys better come to the game, and we're all getting together. Maybe we'll have like an alumni thing. We'll have like a live show. We'll have some Guinness. It'll be great.
100%. I look forward to that. And Kate, I actually want to pick your brain a little bit about the product itself. Like the what I would call the kind of arrival of the WNBA in terms of the masses, in terms of like pop culture ripples throughout the country. Like it feels like it's finally landed like significantly. And I wonder what your take is on this narrative, because I actually think there is something to this, that with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark coming into the league, it kind of not exactly, but in a way, it's like the WNBA version of Larry Bird and Magic coming in, where you had two college rivals that are going to continue that in the pros. They're different people from different places, but the appeal and the intrigue, it reminds me of Magic and Larry. So how do you feel about that whole kind of narrative around the WNBA right now?
100%, Paulie. You nailed it. 100%. That was a huge jumping off point a couple of years ago. And then obviously no disrespect to all the incredible players who came before, right? Who were, as the kids are saying, although the kids have probably moved on to saying something else, but a few years ago they were saying, give them their flowers. You guys, this is how I know that I'm 42 now. Like Mason 6'7". Apparently we're not calling it LA anymore. The kids are truly calling it La. Like, what are you doing to La? And I said, what? Excuse me, what? Yeah. So anyway, but to answer your question, so Angel and Caitlin were a huge jumping off point, and now Sue Bird and Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops and everybody who came before Maya Moore, they're getting their flowers on the backside. But yeah, I think that was one of those points. Anybody who knows the history of the MNBA knows that it was a slow build. And then you have those flashpoints, right? And there's going to be more. I mean, Juju Watkins, who's a star at USC, who unfortunately had a horrible knee injury, not going to be playing this year, but I could see her being kind of like the Michael Jordan coming in after Magic and Larry. And the game itself has gotten, I think, exponentially better, like in the last 5 years. The athletes are just bigger, stronger, faster. And on top of that, stakes and storylines matter in all of sports. So for the longest time, you would turn on and it'd be like a women's game out of context. You wouldn't have any studio programming, so you wouldn't know who to cheer for or why. And now there's pregame shows and there's podcasts about it. So they're giving you all the reasons we love sports, right? Like, what is the Brock Purdy story? Okay, why should we care about Brandon Pajemski? Like, who is this white dude with the crazy hair? They didn't have that for women's basketball for the longest time. And now you're just kind of inundated with, this is a player you should hate. This is the one you should love. This is what's going on at Valhalla. So there's all the extra stuff added on. So it couldn't be a better time for me to get back into women's hoop. And especially with the Bay tie and Portland getting the team next year, it's going to be awesome.
And one more thing, Tony, and then you jump in. I just want to kind of finish on that one thread, which is, you mentioned Pajemski. It's funny, Kate, because this guy, Brandon Pajemski.
I love him, Paulie. A couple of my friends who are still in the Bay are like, are you watching Warriors highlights at all, Kate? We know it's late on the East Coast, but we freaking love this kid.
Dude, so there's Brandon Pajemski, the Golden State Warrior, and then Kate, there's Brandon Pajemski, the season ticket holder for the Valkyries. The guy is courtside at every game. And see, I actually think that's part of this too. Like, it's almost like on a subliminal level, but to see like NBA players coming out, celebrities are coming out now, it's actually becoming like the place to be in a lot of cities. Like Tony said, Kate, the Valkyries sold out all their games. Like, it was a tough ticket. Yeah. So do you also feel like it has, like I said, it kind of landed in a pop culture sense, but do you think that's accurate?
It totally has. And I think you can look, I mean, I know that NCAA sports right now are a mess, but you look at how many female athletes are getting huge NIL deals, right? Because women just know how to take advantage of social media, I think, sometimes in a way more than male athletes do. I mean, the way that the W just took over, whether it's the walk-in shots, whether it's Instagram lives, whether it's podcasts that players are doing, I don't know why. Maybe they're just better communicators. But yeah, I think that has happened. And I saw, the Kittles and everyone courtside. It's a huge deal in New York, the Liberty. I mean, superstars are there every single day. And I know the Sparks, which is the LA team, have gotten some, but I expect that'll get even more in the years to come. So yeah, it's a great time. I'm so glad the Bay has a team. I'm so glad that we're talking about it. Yeah. This is all a part of it too, right? Well, we never used to talk about women's sports at all.
It's true. No, you're right.
Now we're breaking down actual players. So it's awesome.
It's so great to see the progress, Kate. And by the way, we're big about particles on this show, Kate. And so
what? No.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I feel like it was like, I don't know, serendipitous that we pushed this back to Thursday, because now here we are recording this Thursday, and as your hashtag says, beat LA. And when we play this tomorrow, who knows what'll happen by tomorrow when we play this, but I don't care. What is the vibe out there? Because Paulie and I are riding shotgun on the Phillies bandwagon right now.
I'm all about Schwarber. I'm all about Bryce. Oh, I'm in. I'm all in.
I'm in.
Give me the powder blue, man. Let's get this done. Let's go. Yeah.
How good are those uniforms?
The best. The best. I hope they wear them again today. It served them well last night. But anyway, Tony, I'm sorry.
I know. They're so good. The throwbacks, obviously. But feelings are not great right now in Philly. It was not a good weekend in Philly with the Eagles losing the way they did. Yeah. And then the Phils dropping 2. And the bank, as we call that out here, Citizens Bank Ballpark, really does remind me of, I know it's not called AT&T anymore, but that's still what I'm going to call it, AT&T in the early part of the last decade, when it was just freaking, when we were doing the things. So, it was not great. So people are cautiously optimistic about tonight, but I'm leading the charge because you guys know I've hated the Dodgers since I was a freaking little girl. So I was over actually at Sixers practice today because we have our first home preseason game tomorrow night. Nice. And most everybody who's in the media here, born and raised, just like you guys, right? Born and raised Philadelphian. So they're like on edge, and I'm like, you guys, LA sucks, and let me tell you why. And I hate this Dodger and this Dodger, and this dude was on the Giants for a year. Screw Blake Snell. And so I'm trying to, as I always do, motivate people. But yeah, Philly is used to having their heart broken in pretty much every sport. The Eagles have been outliers a few times in the last 5 years. But so I'm hoping we go to a game 5 back here in South Philly, and hopefully they get the powder blues again tonight.
That's what you were saying, Kit. Like, that's what I was thinking too about. Like, if this were to get back to Philly for a game 5 on Saturday, it would be bonkers out there.
Madness.
So please, come on, baseball gods. Come on, particles. Come on. Yeah, come on. Game 5 all the way. I feel like this is serendipitous, Kate. So hopefully that happens. And then you got your Eagles and Giants Thursday Night Football. Like, I don't know. And I read about this meeting with AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts.
Drama, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
So much freaking drama. I love how everybody was always trying to be like, Taylor Swift is the drama. We have so much drama in football. I'm like, no, football, you are the drama.
Yes.
Every freaking week. It's you. Stop pointing fingers at everybody else.
It's you.
Do we need to cue up Michael's like, I'm looking at the man in the mirror? Like, let's have some perspective.
Yeah.
Let's sit down on our therapy couch and take a moment. Why are we always complaining about everybody else? It's you. It's coming. Is it, you know?
You know,
Philly, I mean, the drama is great, right? As you guys know, for podcasts, for sports radio, there is never a dull moment here in Philadelphia.
I'm just saying, let's get this damn thing back to Philly, man. Handle your business today. We take a bird back to Philly, and then we let the fans carry the team over the finish line for Game 5. So, Kate, we know you're busy. We appreciate your time. We're going to wrap this up, but I want to ask you, before we say goodbye, just about, like, I want to take the temperature on the state of the Philly 76ers, because the East, because I got to admit, I'm kind of lost touch with this team. Like, I know that
not the only one, Polly. It's okay.
Right. I know. And they've kind of, I would say, maybe underachieved the last couple of seasons, but the Knicks are starting to emerge as like a force or a presence, formidable team there. What are you expecting from Philly, or what should we all expect to see from Philly this year in the NBA?
Well, it's hilarious because I was talking to Daryl Morey, our GM, like 2 hours ago. We had a little lunch with our NBC folks who do the broadcast out here in Philly, and Daryl and Nick Nurse and stuff. And he was laughing about, apparently a survey came out this morning, and I still haven't had a chance to read it, like the most unpredictable team this year in the NBA, and like 47% of GMs said the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
So here is the honest to goodness opinion for the 3 Sixers fans out on the West Coast who are paying attention.
Yeah.
As you said, Philly, I mean, at Paulie, the Eastern Conference is wide open because of Tatum's Achilles, because Dame, is done in Milwaukee, because of Halliburton's Achilles as well. So the Knicks, you would think, are going to be the runaway team. Cleveland is pretty much back. They were the team that ran away with the regular season crown and then laid an egg in the postseason.
Right.
But the Sixers, I think, are actually, as far as the makeup, are better right now going into this season than we were last year when we were picked to finish like second or third in the Eastern Conference. But the big if is, how are Joel Embiid and Paul George doing? I don't expect to see them at the start of the season, Paulie, but we made such a good transition in just one season. Like the league, as we saw from last year's finals with OKC winning it, is a different league than it was just 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Big time. Guys, we are going fast. We are shooting threes, and then we're going fast, and then we are shooting threes.
Yeah.
So we've got Tyrese Maxey, who's still one of the best young players in the league. VJ Edgecombe, who we drafted 3rd overall, can jump out of the freaking gym. He's going to be so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of other young guards and stuff, which could be great, but you're not going to beat the Knicks and the Cavs and like a lot of teams with those guys. So I think it could be, oh my gosh, the Sixers are second place in the Eastern Conference. This is final of the year. Joe's healthy. Paul George is all coming together. Or it could completely be the other end of the spectrum. Wow, the Sixers missed the playoff for the 2nd year in a row. What's going on in Philly? Trade everybody, burn the city down. So,
and what is
let's check in again in a couple of months. The schedule is decent for us to shake out at the beginning of the year. Like no long road trips. We don't see you guys until February. So hopefully I'll have another fun conversation with you guys. And
Kate, last thing I would say is, because this is, like Tony's referenced this several times, and we are fascinated by the fan bases in Philly. Like, I don't care if we're talking Flyers, Eagles, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, you guys are all nuts back there, and I love it. I really do. It's fun to watch that. So how are the fans with Joel Embiid at this point? Are we still cool? Is there bad blood? Like, where does that whole thing stand?
Yeah, there's not bad blood. I think folks, as you said, the expectations are so high here in Philly every single year for every single sport. And, we, the Sixers, have let them down a number of times since the process started. Yeah. So I think the team was very smart at Media Day. They didn't set any expectations this year. I think everybody's kind of like, let's go Phillies. Let's go Birds. Everybody, the Union won the supporter shield in MLS. Women's basketball is coming here in 5 years. Let's promote them. they are very smartly doing everything they can to not draw attention right now,
Wow.
to
Okay.
try to work things out, because they know that they have disappointed this city and the fans,
Yeah.
and that they have to earn that back. Everything is earned here in Philly.
Yeah.
So they're aware of that. They're cognizant of that. And hopefully we can start the season well and start to do that, because everybody wants to cheer for Joel. He's a big man who's been through a lot, like every great big man in NBA history, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully he can have a few more healthy seasons. Hopefully some of them can be here in Philly, and who knows what can happen, because it's a wide open Eastern Conference this season.
Kate, bringing it back to the Bay too, we had our own drama with Kuminga, and now Al Horford is wearing the blue and gold. Any thoughts on what's going on with the Dubs, and like what with Seth Curry coming to town too now? Like, what are any Philly East Coast thoughts about the Dubs situation right now?
I think you guys have a shot. Like I legit. I think I almost want to say just this year.
Yeah, right.
Because I think that at some point Steph's got to slow down, right? Like the dude is 38 and runs 15 miles every single game.
Yep.
So he's got to slow down. I know Pajemski's ready to take over, but I think everybody out here on the East Coast is saying, watch out for those Warriors, man. Like, watch out. I know that Cooper Flag's in Dallas. I know Luka's in LA now. Who knows what's going on in some of the other West Coast towns, but like Stephen Curry is still one of the greatest basketball players to ever play. I think you guys have a legit shot this season if everybody stays healthy, and maybe even again next year, because Jimmy Butler is a stone cold killer in the postseason as well. If you guys were healthy last year, I was not going to be surprised if the Warriors had another ring. So I'm really excited. I'll be paying attention to more than just highlights to the Warriors this season. I'll be staying until at least halftime, Dubs fans. I got you guys, and then I'll watch the second half and highlights the next one.
I got to say, Kate mentioned a minute ago that everything in Philly is earned, and that is definitely true. I'm familiar with the area. I know the fan base. It's a tough town, man. But Kate, think about what you've accomplished. Like, you came to Philly as a West Coast girl, and you won them over, man. You earned their respect. You earned their admiration, and you've earned endless amounts of accolades. And just know this, Kate, back here in the Bay, we are all so happy for you. We all collectively congratulate you. That's me, Tony, the audience, all our former coworkers. We always keep an eye on you. And we're so happy that you are scaling the heights and your ascension continues. So I want to say, we're going to do the Kate Scott dance on the way out. I just want to congratulate you, Kate. And I want to say have a great season with the Sixers, but also have a great season with the WNBA. I will be watching. We will be celebrating you. And Tony, get your final words in, and we'll say goodbye.
On that note, Kate, literally, we already did our show today on Thursday as we record this, and we're going to play this tomorrow, Friday. But many of our audience members were in the chat saying, because we were telling them, hey, we're going to talk to Kate later today, and they were all saying, please give Kate our love. Please tell Kate hello. So the love out here is big and rich and thick for you.
Thank you guys. I mean, that was one. I don't know how many people are on social media anymore because it's an absolute dumpster fire. But I went on it briefly on Tuesday to announce the W News. And one of my favorite parts, guys, about announcement days are how many notes I get from KMBR listeners. And I think my favorite was, I just remember you waking my hungover ass up for work at 5 a.m. on KMBR, and now you're calling NBA games, NFL games. Girl, I am so proud of you. The Bay misses you. Bay, I love you all. Tony, Paulie, everybody. I'm not here without you guys. I miss you. I can't wait to see you at the Chase Center at Valhalla, and you better holla at me when I'm there. Love you guys. Thanks for having me on today. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, Kate.
Love you too, Kate. God bless. God bless. Continued success. We'll talk soon. The great Kate Scott, everybody. Enjoy and beat LA. Beat LA. Take care. That's Kate Scott, everybody. Thank you for the time today, Kate. We will talk again soon. Let's applaud the great Kate Scott, Tony. Nobody like her. Nobody ever will be. And I'm so happy for her. Tony, it's time for me to pull a Mike Damone and vanish when you're trying to call me. I'm in the garage helping my dad with something. Remember when Jennifer Jason Leigh called him and she's like, well, he's out in the garage right now. That's going to be me because I got to go catch a plane. T-Bone, I'm out of here. It's all up to you, buddy.
I know you're big on scheduling, and I know you're big on calendars, and I know you're big on being so organized and planning way ahead. Paulie, I looked it up.
Always.
February 3rd, the 76ers are at Chase Center. We need to make sure that we do something with Kate when she comes into town for that game. I don't know what day of the week February 3rd is.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter.
It's a Tuesday. So we got to get something on the calendar with Kate Scott. Get
I
something
say
on the calendar.
we take her to lunch at Longbridge before the game. We'll take her to lunch at Longbridge Pizza. Let Neil Zanardi host her, and then we can usher her right to. Dude, you can drive her on a scooter to the game. You can like piggyback her to the game, and I don't put it past you. I know you will. All right, everybody, more hijinks and high noon fun with Creative Tony coming up right now, y'all. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Cheers, y'all.
All right, there it is. There's the lovely Kate Scott. Isn't she amazing? And again, I apologize, but I left all of the Dodgers Phillies talk in because all the riffing that went on because of it. And who cares that the game didn't work out the way we wanted it to. I could have edited it out, but I didn't. I decided to leave it in. But Kate is the freaking best. We love her. And we will have her on again when the Sixers get going, and also when WNBA gets going, and when she comes to the Bay. And we'll definitely try and do an event with Longbridge, and just get Kate in the mix. Keep Kate in the mix. She is literally climbing that ladder, and she's one of the badasses that we witnessed her as a sports anchor at KMBR, and now she is a national/international success. So a little round of applause and tip of the cap to Kate Scott. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn the page. We're going to, as I mentioned before, Kate Scott came on. If you're just joining us, that was taped. We taped that yesterday. And Paulie Mack is actually, he might have landed by now, but he was in the air this morning, on his way to New York City to go spend the weekend with his boys, Tommy and James. And then he's going to go see Rags and some other of his knucklehead buddies on the East Coast. So I'm holding it down. And to help me hold it down are these familiar faces. If you watch the show on a regular basis, this is our art director, Don Peralta, and this is Los D. Carlos de la Fuente. What is up, boys? Welcome to the high noon edition of Paulie Max Particles. What's up, dudes?
Howdy, guys. How you doing? Tony, that was an awesome interview.
Kate is
fantastic.
Kate is the best. Man, Los, dude, your pipes, dude. Your freaking pipes, man. But yeah, Kate rules. And it's just the enthusiasm, right? And I think we talked about this the other day, how I literally think she is torn between the Bay Area and Philly. I think she loves living, loves being from here, but also has made a home and a name for herself out there. And the fact that she just went to Ireland to do the Steelers-Vikings game, and then she comes back, and now she's going to be the main anchor for WNBA Wednesday nights. It's badass, and I love that. I don't know if you caught that earlier. She said the MNBA for the men's NBA, and I was like, "That's badass, Kate."
Tony, I'm editing the regular NBA logo to add the M in front of it. That's happening.
Dude, that's great. When it's done, please let us know, man. We'll
Totally.
post the show. So happy Friday, boys. How you guys doing?
Happy Friday. Philly and the Bay Area. Wow, two completely different type of cultures, right?
And it's funny. We were on the Phillies bandwagon for baseball, but then I couldn't have been happier. Oh, look at this. Oh, nice, Dom.
Oh.
Dom.
What do you know?
Oh no, we don't do that, dude.
Yeah, that's a little bit too close, man. If you didn't shave in some certain spots,
Totally.
that shows up close. Let's
I'm 52, man, and the nose hair thing is real. I'm just waiting for the ear hair. I'm waiting for ear hair to start.
It's coming. It's coming, bro. It's coming. Beware. Yeah, they take it from where you want it and put it where you don't.
I should ask Paulie because he's a few years older than me. I said, "Hey, dude, is the ear hair started for you, dude?" Because Paulie will definitely have no problem sharing that kind of info. But I was going to say that it was hilarious to be rooting for the Phillies in one respect, and then all of a sudden that game ends, and I flip over to the Thursday Night Football, and next thing you know, I'm actually rooting for the New York Giants, and it was like, and I'm rooting against Philly, and I don't know how you guys feel about that game last night, because obviously none of us are New York Giants fans, but I'm getting caught up in this Cam Scatteraboo and Jackson Dart youth movement. Did you see after the game when Scatterby tore his shirt?
Dude, unbelievable. All I know is Scatterby is a beast, and fun word to say, Scatterby.
Yes,
just fun to say.
Yes,
He wanted to come to the Niners, by the way.
Mhm.
He was hoping the Niners would draft him, and they did show a little interest, but I think he went 3rd round. So,
well, like he got a little bit ignored, and many teams passed on him. And the same thing happened in fantasy football. And when I saw him available in my draft, I'm like, boop, I'm grabbing him.
Nice.
Now I've started him 3 weeks in a row. But I love when he gets the ball. He kind of reminds me of when Rathman or Roger Craig used to get the ball, when it took 3 or 4 guys to get him down. Right? I mean,
he reminds me of Mike Allstott.
Oh,
Tampa, just a big physical, or even going further back, like a John Riggins, just a big physical back.
Okay, so you just hit Riggins was one of my, and again, a team that like was the rival, the Hog,
big time.
Redskins back in the day, but I couldn't help myself for rooting for guys like John Riggins and Art Monk back in the day, because those guys were so fun to watch, man. And Riggins, Scatterby is like a modern day John Riggins because he's a throwback to his mentality, and I feel like the Giants got a hell of a running back there, and then it turns out this kid Jackson Dart is the real deal so far, at least. You know, he played well last night. I mean, it wasn't even a close game. That's the thing. Like the Giants controlled the game, the entire game. And if it wasn't for that freaking tush push, the score would have been even bigger, you know? Oh, pause, guys, and hold on a second. Even though Paulie's not here, I'm going to do this. Even though Paulie's stand by. Here we go.
Guys, so good. So good.
Boys don't look now, but the NFC is looking very wide open. Very wide open.
Very wide open. And by the way, Paulie must have just landed because I got a text message.
Nice.
I got this picture on a text message from Paulie. That's just the picture. Okay. It's Kelsey and Taylor Swift. It's Travis Swift and
the Swifts.
And all his text says is F both of them.
Nice. Hey Tony, that's why he's landed. Football team.
He's landed and he's on East Coast mentality already.
It's classic, man. It's the hashtag defund the Chiefs. But the reason I played the close encounter sounder is because we have supers, and I want to get to this too. Humdinger 87, Leah Phillips, what's shaking, kiddo? I want to read this on the air because we taped it with Kate Scott. But we made sure to tell Kate that how much love this audience has for her out here, the entire Bay Area. And Humdinger's her super says, I got 5 on Kate F and Scott. We love you. Bay Area legend, queen of the mic, and our hearts. Keep going. Humdinger, thank you for the super, first of all. And second, couldn't have said it better myself or ourselves, because we all love Kate. And the only thing that bums me out is that she's doing this all in Philly and not here. You know?
Right.
That's the only thing that bums me out. But she's great. And she's always willing to come on the show. And her calendar's busy, and she's getting interview requests all over the place. But she knows she's not forgetting her roots, and she stays humble. And by the way, Humdinger, I love the profile pic of the grateful sign that is in the background here too.
Yeah, nice.
Don Peralta's work. There you go. And then also we've got Cheeks Escobar. He says,
Zonka, that's old school right there,
dude. That is old school. And yeah, you could go, if you keep going further down the line, you could go Allstott, Riggins, Zonka, those 3. And I'm sure if you ask Scatterby, he probably knows of all 3 of those guys because he models his game after those guys for sure. How do you guys feel about Sunday? Let's just dive into it real quick. How you feeling about Sunday?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Les.
I think this is a huge game from the perspective of, like, Tampa has maybe the best offense they're going up against. Mm-hmm. And any holes that defense has are going to be exposed. So the Niners cannot expect to score 17 or 20 points and win this game. If they can beat Tampa Bay with the injuries that they have and with Mac Jones again, One, it's going to probably create a quarterback controversy. It's the elephant in the room. People don't want to talk about it. I know Purdy makes a lot of money, but you know what? Kaepernick took Alex's job and it never came back. So there is precedence. But it's going to be a high-scoring game, and whoever has the ball last, I think, is going to win it. But it'd be a huge win for him.
Los, what do you think about? So one concern I kind of have been thinking about, it keeps coming back in my head, is if Baker has time, he could pick apart the defense, and our pass rush has been, pretty suspect. So what do you think? How do you think that's going to play out? Because if he's got time, I could see him eating pretty well in this game.
Saleh knows this, and he's going to probably have to dial up a lot more blitzes, a lot more exotic blitzes.
So I think that with the addition of Malik Mustafa back in the mix, I think we might see some blitzes, hopefully. I'm worried a little bit about Alfred Collins, limited in practice yesterday. Juwan Jennings, limited in practice. I think they're both game time decisions. Now it turns out, guys, coming out today, Mac Jones didn't throw in practice yesterday, and he's dealing with the knee. We knew about the knee issues, but now he's also dealing with oblique that I guess happened towards the end of the Rams game, and he is now more of a game time decision. So, and I don't even think Purdy's traveling to Tampa Bay. So it's Mac Jones and Adrian Martinez. Adrian Martinez. Let's just. I have some stats for you guys. He played at Nebraska from 2018 to 2021, and then K-State in 2022. He 63.6% completion percentage and 9,752 yards passing, 51 touchdowns, 31 picks in 49 career games between the two schools. Then he was undrafted in 23, and then he signed with the Lions, but didn't make the team out of camp. Then he played for the Birmingham Stallions in 24, 58.5 completion percentage, 1,750 yards passing, 15 touchdowns, 3 picks, and they won the championship in the UFL. And he was the UFL MVP. Now it's the UFL, right? I don't know.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. 31 picks. Woo-wee.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, hearing Saleh talk about him, because Saleh had him on the Jets practice squad, and of course they're not going to rip the guy, but I just don't. If it gets to Adrian Martinez, it's not going to be pretty in Tampa Bay. I have a feeling. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, it's going to have to be a game plan similar to the Rams game. A lot of short throws, a lot of quick throws. Don't expose Mac to getting hit, because obliques are no joke. He's got a high pain tolerance to do that. They're not going to be able to run on Tampa much. They have a very stout defensive line, so they are going to have to throw to move the ball. But keep Mac healthy at all costs.
Totally,
that's probably an L.
Can you believe where we're at? I mean, again, we've said it many times. We're so fortunate to be 4-1, and look at what the Niners are dealing with now. They're dealing with their backup questionable, and go to their third stringer who they just brought off the practice squad on October 2nd. Like, it's man. And so even if could you imagine being Kyle Shanahan and trying to have to game plan for Mac Jones or for Adrian Martinez? Like, you gotta kind of have to do both, and basically have a game plan for both, I would assume. Yeah.
Remember, CMC was the emergency quarterback in the NFC Championship against Philly. So let's please not get to that. So,
I mean, remember the touchdown pass that McCaffrey threw? What was that, 2 years ago? So
wasn't that his first game? Didn't he catch one, run one, throw one?
Yeah, exactly. Good call.
Yeah. Good call, Tom.
Exactly.
So McCaffrey's got it in him, but the last thing we need is CMC under center. You want to talk about worried about his usage? Next thing you know,
that's taking usage to a whole nother level right there.
Totally,
but CMC might like playing quarterback because you can't hit the quarterback nowadays, but you can hit running backs. So there is that. That's sarcasm.
No, I like it. Hey, can we going back to Thursday Night Football, last night's game, the New York Giants beating the Eagles, and the Eagles are showing that they've got some work to do. They've got some injuries as well, but they didn't look very, very sharp. And I know that there was that meeting between AJ Brown and Saquon and Jalen Hurts. They all downplayed the meeting. I don't believe in the downplaying of that meeting. I think that meeting is a bad sign of AJ Brown not happy because he wants the ball more. It's like, hey, AJ, you guys are 4-1 at the time of this meeting.
Bingo.
How about be happy where your team is? Saquon is arguably the best running back in football, right? So you're gonna complain about being 4-1 and the best running back in football getting the ball more than you right now. It's just interesting. And then Devontae Smith stays out of the meeting and just is catching more balls, which I think is hilarious. Like he just stays out of the meeting and says, "Okay, I'm just going to catch more balls." But I will say that I feel like the Eagles are showing maybe this may not be their year. I don't know. I mean, it's early in the season, but I don't know, man. And there's also I heard on national radio this morning that they were hoping this Philly host was hoping that Mike McDaniel gets canned in Miami and comes to Philly. And I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, that is wild stuff, man. Wild stuff.
Short-term memory. Good Lord.
Right. So, but the one thing I do need to talk about and get it off my chest, and I apologize for being a broken record, boys, but the freaking tush push. Okay. I mean, even Micah Parsons is posting on social media last night saying this isn't football. That's one of the best defensive players in football, saying this isn't football. 4 plays in a row on the goal line or in the red zone, but like from the 3rd yard line on or fourth yard line on, 4 tush pushes in a row, and they score a touchdown.
No.
And a false start that wasn't called either. Multiple encroachments or neutral zone infractions. Right? There is no neutral zone on a tush push, dude.
What is shocking about that is teams had the opportunity to vote it out.
Right.
And teams that can't stop it, like that makes no sense. Can you imagine that board meeting? Hey, we can't stop this, but let's vote for it. What the? Good. I don't get it, but it's a rugby play, and it has no real place in football. It's not entertaining whatsoever. But
that's the thing. There's no entertainment value at all. Los, you nailed it, dude. What is entertaining about that at all? There's zero entertainment, and just to watch this guy get pushed, it just drives me insane. They got to do something about this. And Al Michaels said last night the only way to stop it is to outlaw it. Is what Al Michaels said last night during the broadcast. He said he's right, because you can't stop it, right? Can you guys think of a way to stop it? I can't think of a way. I mean, you got defensive coordinators racking their brains trying to stop it. It's unstoppable.
Yeah, I think it's going to be out of the league in a few years. It should have been out this year, but
I would hope so, man. I
don't get it.
Tony, the most entertaining thing that's come out of that, I think it was the Commanders game. Was it Luvu who kept jumping over the line offsides like 4 in a row? I mean, that was like the most entertaining thing that's ever come from the tush push.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But that was another like really frustrating thing to watch over the penalty, the flag after flag after flag. It's like, what are we watching? What are we doing here? This is supposed to be playoff football, and instead we're getting this nonsense. I don't know. I think it's just an embarrassment to the game, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because they're not going to stop doing it.
Nope.
They're not going to. And their argument is, I have dear friends that are Eagles fans saying, well, why don't the Niners do it? And I'm saying, I agree with that. As long as it's legal, then other teams should do it as well. Might as well. Like, if you can't beat them, join them kind of a thing. But it shouldn't be legal. And also, like, you watch the Bills try and run the tush push, and Josh Allen is not very good at getting pushed, I guess. I don't know what else to say, but it's a frustrating part of football that I need to see go away.
Yeah. Philly has the inventory to do it, though. They have maybe the strongest quarterback in the league. Guy squats about 650, 700 pounds. And then they have the biggest offensive line in the league. So, I mean, they're playing to their strengths, which is a good thing, but not like this. I'm with you 1,000%.
Imagine squatting 600 pounds.
I guarantee Escobar can. Escobar can do that.
Escobar might give it a run.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
He has to with those cheeks for sure. A lot of lunges in that.
Yeah,
Escobar, if you're still on the chat,
he's definitely there.
chime in, Escobar. Let us know if you can. If you did he change his name to Escobar Cheeks the Third? That a boy.
Oh, that a boy. Hell yeah.
He says facts. He says facts. He can do it. Okay. All right. Maybe now I'm gonna request like maybe a video or a picture of you squatting, dude. Right? Mid squat. Give us a picture of you in mid squat. The one thing that Kate Scott said in the interview that we had earlier in the show, and if you're just joining us, we had Kate Scott on. Paulie and I taped an interview with Kate Scott yesterday, and we played it in the first half hour of the show. And Paulie is in New York, and I'm so thankful and lucky to have Don Peralta and Carlos De La Fuente, Los D joining me on the show today on Polymax Particles. But Kate said Philly is used to getting their hearts broken, and I was like, oh man, what a true statement, but also what a horrible just sentiment, and when the Phillies gagged that away last night, I texted my buddy Coach Bob, and so did another dear friend of ours, Hacksaw Montana. We both texted Coach Bob, who's a Phillies fan, and said, man, it shouldn't have ended that way. Sorry, man. He goes, oh no, it's just the way it happens. It's just the way it happens. I was like, dude, he's like used to it.
If I was having a conversation with Kate Scott, and I would challenge that comment from the standpoint of I challenge any fan base that can tell me that they've lost more heartbreaking playoff games than the Niners. If you go all the way back, I mean, I don't want to talk about them. We all know how they went down and what happened under what circumstances, but Philly cannot tell me they've lost more heartbreaking playoffs or Super Bowls than the Niners. Now, if we're talking the whole city, yeah, probably she's right when you factor in the whole city. But football-wise, no, the Niners, I think, are number one. They might even beat the Raiders when it comes to heartbreak.
You think about last weekend, the Eagles lose, the Phillies lose, and Penn State lost to UCLA. And then now, last night,
that's true.
Philly gets eliminated. The Phillies get eliminated, and the Eagles lose to their rival Giants and a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back. Dude, that has to sting. That has to be a tough night in Philly, man. If you're a bartender in Philly, I'm sure you were pouring them steep last night.
They take their sports real serious over there. Like it's life and death, big time.
But you know what I want to talk about real quick, guys? That and I want to talk about Sister Jean as well, and I also want to talk. Lois, I'm going to get into a bracket that you made as well. Did you guys notice happening? I don't know if you watched the end of the Dodgers Phillies game, but I was watching it, and I really got to tip my cap to Phillies manager Rob Thompson and how he immediately embraced what was the guy's name? Kirkering, the pitcher. Kirkering immediately went up to him, gave him a hug, and when I noticed Bohm and Stott and some of the other teammates, Marsh, they all went. They were all embracing him, like letting him know, like, hey, dude, we've got your back, and this is bigger than losing this game. It's a brotherhood, and I was like, I was really happy to see that, the Philly media and the Philly fans are going to eat that dude alive, but inside the house, I was really happy to see that. Did you guys, any of you guys catch that after the game?
Totally. Yeah, I was last night. I didn't watch it live. I kind of caught the little update. We were over at the Metallica event in Mill Valley.
Dude, we got that too.
Yeah, we'll touch on it. Yeah.
All right.
But Tony, so Vicky from Metallica and I were talking about that. So it came up. We rewatched that play. And yeah, the way he did embrace like after, and I think that was a pro move. But man, what a crazy game. Felt like Rob Manfred made the call like, hey, we can't have this go to game 5.
Dude, I swear to God, I said to my son, I'm watching it with my son, and I was texting with Paulie too, and I looked at my son Dom. I go, I don't know what's going to happen, Dom, in this game. When it was in extras, I go, but something weird is going to happen. I don't know if for the Dodgers. I didn't say for the Dodgers or for the Phillies. I said just something weird. It had that vibe because it was so intense. And by the way, hey, real baseball, no ghost runner, real extra inning baseball. Wasn't that a beautiful thing?
Beautiful.
Oh, so nice.
The way it should be played.
Right, dude. So it was just wonderful to see that. And when it kept going, you know, both teams battling, dude. I want to say I want to say his name is Luxardo, like the cherries that you put in Manhattans. But I'm blanking on his last name. Luxardo.
Those are the best cherries.
Oh, dude.
No doubt.
Once you have a Luxardo cherry,
Can't go back.
You really can't.
That's
And
right.
also, speaking of Manhattans, it's a high noon. Why not talk about cocktails? Manhattans are my favorite drink. If I have my last supper, my last drink, it would be on the table. But Antica Carpano, do you guys know Antica Carpano? It's not sweet vermouth, but it's basically you use it instead of sweet vermouth, and it is, again, once you go there, it's tough to go back to just regular sweet vermouth because it just adds a little spice and a little sweetness that's just like, Los,
Make sure go ahead.
Well, what's your go-to? Like, for if you're having a cocktail, Los's last supper, and you want a cocktail on the table, what's your go-to?
Whiskey sour.
Ooh, dude, I didn't see that coming.
I'm a whiskey guy. Yeah, for sure. I like my tequila too. I mean, I'm Mexican. How can I not like tequila? But it doesn't like me as much. So it's kind of a one-way relationship. So I try to pick and choose when I date tequila.
When you like how Eddie Pinheiro is going to French kiss the upright,
right? Dude, Eddie.
Eddie Pinheiro, the Scarface photo, absolutely classic. I had to share that with you guys. I was priceless.
That was incredible. I'm going to pull that up here in a second. But another question for you, Los, and then Dom, I want to get your take too. The polarizing beverage known as mezcal. People either love it or don't even bring it near me. Where do you sit on the mezcal conversation? Yeah. He'd give it the Heisman. He's giving it the Heisman.
Yeah, that's one that doesn't mix with my blood. But yeah, we family loves it, so I'm kind of on the outs when it comes to that. But yeah.
Oh, really? Really? So yeah, because I like mezcal. My wife hates it, can't stand it, but I like it. So I like it. It's what it does to me is I'm a pretty talkative guy. You get me on that, and you won't shut me up. So yeah. Enough said. Hey, Dom, what's on your last supper for a cocktail?
I'm right there with you, Tony. I'm going Manhattan. That's my go-to. So that's pretty much the staple. So yeah,
dude, it's I don't know. I have to say though, as I climb the ladder in age, my cardiologist is like, yeah, you might want to balance that out with something else.
Yeah. Well, you got to start. So you start there, and then usually I move to red wine. So it's that's kind of my standard drink of choice.
There you go. Dude, well, first of all, hang on. One more time. Hang on. Dude, I just love that sound effect. Look at NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC checking in, enjoying the awesome Friday power trio. Go Niners. You know what, dude? Shank, also David Shanklin. Shank, thank you for the super, brother. Follow Shank on Instagram. He posts videos from his motorcycle on his road trips. I highly recommend checking those videos out. They're great because it's from the perspective as if you're riding on the motorcycle with him. But because that's Shank checking in, and because we have Los D co-hosting the show today, I'm gonna say right now, stand by, fellas.
Give us the Los. 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 What loan would you like?
Wow. Had to do a poly there. Wait for it. Wait for
Give
it.
us the los.
That's a great jam.
Isn't it so good? Like, we're so lucky to have these super talented audience members.
Oh.
I want to make some music for you. So, Shank, thank you, brother, for the music. Pine Noodles made music for us too. Thank you. We've Don Peralta's our art director, throwing all kinds of crazy stuff into the mix. Rita Oak now making art for us yesterday. You know what? Let me share that real quick, because if you missed our show yesterday, Rita Oak, who is the sports illustrator who does 49er illustrations after every game, basically, and she did one for Eddie Pinheiro after he was special teams player of the week. She did one for Mac Jones recently, Brock Purdy, Born Identity for Kendrick Bourne. She made this one for us, and we had her on as a guest yesterday from Portugal, and she made this one for Paulie and I and the Particles, and she's got pizza in there. She's got the foam.
Yeah, so good.
She's got the Niner helmet, the headphones. She covered the bases, man. And
Yeah.
she's coming out here for the Super Bowl. We're going to get her on the show again. And we're going to do a hang with Kate Scott and do this ladies of PMP with Kate Scott and Rita Oak, and just an idea, a live on air brainstorming. But
Yeah,
just keep that in your back pocket, boys.
I love that, Tony.
No,
Rita she's awesome. She she got in touch with Fareed and had a few conversations with her, and while she was going through this process to create it, we were sharing thoughts and ideas, and she watched like 5 or 6 shows, and she just gets it. She's like right on top of like what's happening, and I think it's totally part of the PMP army. So it's awesome.
I'm telling you guys, when you hear me and see me in the chat rave about Portugal, the first time I booked Europe, I booked Rome, Italy, Barcelona, Spain, and since I'm right there, I said, you know what, I'll throw in Portugal, and I didn't know what to expect. I was really looking forward to the history of Rome, Barcelona, the beaches, food speaks for itself. I like Portugal the best. I was blown away by Portugal. Lisbon is a twin of San Francisco. They have a red bridge. They have trolley cars going up and down the streets. They have a beautiful bay. People are so humble and so amazing. If you get a chance to go to Europe, don't pass up Portugal. It really is an amazing spot.
Hey, do they have a football team that goes to Super Bowls and loses in the US?
They have a soccer team that never gets past like the final 8 in the World Cup.
That's right.
Even though they have an amazing player in Ronaldo.
Dude, Paulie can't get over the fact that we grew up knowing the 49ers as a team that went to Super Bowl and won Super Bowls, and that his kids know the 49ers as a team that goes to Super Bowl and loses Super Bowl. I'm like, dude, just be fortunate that we're there. I know it sucks to say, but you got to be fortunate that we're there. And as long as Lynch is involved, I think they'll always have a shot, because I really like John Lynch, and I feel like the franchise is in good hands with him and Kyle. And I don't, Los, what do you think about Shanahan's job so far this season in the first weeks? What do you think?
I think he's doing a good job. I think he's switched up on some things that I get on him for that a lot of people do, and he's adapting. I've always wanted him to pivot and adapt better. I feel like he's great in the first half, and when the other team makes adjustments, I mean, just look at the Rams game. Look how they came out in the first half. I'm like, damn, where's this game plan in the Super Bowl for 4 quarters? 4, not 2, 4. Right. And in the second half, teams make adjustments, and I just feel like Shanahan doesn't adjust back. It's a chess match. So I feel he's doing a better job this year, and I think, quite frankly, he's got more people that are in his ear that like Saleh, like Lynch. So he's not a complete dictator, and it's my way or a highway. I think other people saying, hey, man, I think you should maybe do it this way, and he's finally listening.
Dude, I feel like he's gotten better at taking constructive criticism.
Yes.
Like, I think we all have egos, right? So I feel like years ago, he had more of an ego, and it's like, this is what I'm doing. I'm sure he's had some closed door meetings with his dad, saying like, "Hey, you need to think about this or that." And I'm assuming he's all ears to his dad. I would be, and I feel like
His dad leaned on the running game, though. That's what kind of blows me his way. His dad leaned on Terrell Davis to finalize that Super Bowl against Green Bay.
Right.
They were 11-point underdogs, and he kept pounding the rock. And you would think that would kind of translate to his son, but it hasn't. In the big games, he gets away from the running game, and that's what's got him in trouble.
Yeah. Tony, I was just going to say, I think having Saleh back in the building is doing that, because it's putting some, he's having those conversations, because Saleh can come back to him from the defensive perspective to see what is the offensive scheme doing. And, he was hired by Green Bay to do the offensive scheme from the defensive perspective. So he's kind of getting that perspective from Saleh, and it puts a little pressure on him. So I think that's good. It's healthy.
Call. Yeah,
totally. That's a great call. And I 4-1 with all these injuries, it's hard to argue with the numbers in front of us.
Yep.
And with Law of Awe on the chat, I love it. He says they're going to win another one soon. I love the vibes. 4-1, and like you said earlier, Los, the NFC is wide open. Like you said, it's wide open. And if the Niners were to somehow pull off a win in Tampa Bay this weekend, how could you argue that they're not, are one of the top 3 best teams in the NFC? If Detroit, if KC beats Detroit, it actually helps his cause, to be honest with you, because then that would make Detroit 4-2. If the Niners were to win, be 5-1. That actually helps the Niners. Not that we're going to be rooting for KC, never on our lives, but it would actually help the Niners' case, and that's going to be a hell of a ball game, by the way, as well, at Arrowhead. Lions at KC. That's Sunday Night Football, right? That's Sunday Night Football. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Ooh, dude.
I'd rather have Detroit get a loss elsewhere than KC.
Yeah, no question. Dude, no question. I'm on the Lions bandwagon. I'm on the Tigers bandwagon. Tarek Skubal on the
Tony's Lions.
Tony, that's right, dude.
Yep.
My Lions and my Tigers, right?
Yep.
And speaking of that, we've got Lions. We got Tigers and Mariners today at 5:08.
5:08, yeah.
Tarek Skubal. I love that there's a game 5 at least in one of the series, and that's another reason why I wanted the Phillies to beat the Dodgers, not just because it was the Dodgers, but because it would have been an amazing game 5 tomorrow in Philly. But it wasn't. Like you said, Rob Manfred, did what he did and had to make a call. And by the way, Shady Shohei, 1 for 19 with 10 Ks, dude. 1 for 19 with 10 Ks. Man, is that interesting, huh? That's really interesting. Anyways, moving. Oh, dude, Dom, I wanted to ask you. Tell us about last night. What you did last night? The Metallica movie, the Mill Valley Film Festival. Tell us about that real quick.
Yeah, buddy. It was incredible. So we got the invite from Vicky, Vicky, who hooked us up for the Metallica concert down at Levi's in June. And it was a really special night. So it was the 3rd or 4th showing of their movie called Metallica Saved My Life. It was created by Jonas Eklund. So he's a really, really famous director. He was also in a metal band called Bathroy. So super incredible talent. But the movie was set from the fans' perspective, right? So the family of Metallica, how Metallica over the years has touched so many people's lives. And it was incredible. So it was at part of the Mill Valley Film Festival. A couple hundred people in the movie. Lars was there, and they did a little opening Q&A session, and then they did one at the end as well. It was incredible. So shout out Vicky. She is like the biggest heart in the world.
She's an amazing person. Amazing person.
And literally this movie, I recommend it for people who are just fans of music. There's a lot of like feelings from like the Bay Area, like the Grateful Dead community vibe to it, because this family is really built very similar, right? It's like Grateful Dead put this template together and then passed that torch right on to Metallica, and then they just went global with it, So it's it was incredible. Lots of tears in the crowd. So I highly recommend it.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What's the film called again?
It's Metallica Saved My Life, and the the life part of the poster is from James Hetfield's tattoo on his hand. So it's pretty impactful. James plays a really large part in it. So does Lars. I mean, the whole band. But James has tons and tons of struggles, right? So he's gone through lots of ups and downs. That's a big thread all throughout the whole entire movie, and he's extremely open and honest and kind of just sharing his heart. So
hey, I have an idea.
Awesome.
Maybe they should play halftime at the Super Bowl.
Dude, we talked about that last night.
Man,
Dude, I mean, talk about missing the mark. I mean, it's right there. It's a silver platter for you. It's right
in the Bay Area. Yeah.
I mean, or at least have them be involved. Maybe they have Bad Bunny and Metallica on a conference call and say, hey, is there any way we could kind of combine the two of you? Like,
right.
Like we have this much time for halftime. 7 minutes of Bad Bunny, 7 minutes of Metallica,
right.
Or sort of, hey, I don't know. Anyways, they could have gotten creative with it and they didn't. And it stinks to high heavens. But Dom, thanks for that review, dude. And by the way, isn't it trippy how tiny Lars is in person?
Oh, dude. So after the movie was over, we were walking out and I walked out with him. And then there was a little reception after and got to talk to him there. He's tiny. I mean, that dude is like, he is made out of energy. Like literally, he's like a little atomic atom, just like buzzing. It's crazy. Seriously. Like in real life, he's that way. On the stage, I have to say, like, he has gotten, a lot of fans give him crap. And for all through history, the Napster thing, all that. But he's a really genuine person. He didn't have to spend any time with me. We got to sit and talk with him a little bit. And you could tell how much he cares about the music scene, the Bay Area. I mean, this guy bleeds metal. And this movie was essentially a brainstorm between him and Jonas because they felt like we need to shine some light on these people that we see at every single concert that have given up a lot, have gone through a lot just to get here. And so he turned the camera around on them, and it was really kind of his brainstorm to make this thing happen. So yeah, huge shout out to him. He's a badass.
That is rad, man. You're making me want to go see the movie. You're also making me want to go. I wish Metallica was playing like sometime soon nearby because of their live show is and you're right too, Dom, about the Grateful Dead vibe. Like the certain bands have been lucky enough to have that fandom. Like Pearl Jam has a very similar vibe. Obviously, the band I love, Fish, same thing. But Metallica, same thing. And it's just this loyalty and this because you know what it is? It's because these bands, and I'm not saying all musicians don't care about their fans, but certain bands go above and beyond. And go out of their way. Like, dude, Los, I know you're a Prince guy, right? Dude, I remember when Prince used to do unannounced shows and pop-ups at like the Fillmore or the Great American Music Hall.
Small venues. Yep.
He did one at Slim's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And like, dude, that's because he, first of all, he loves doing what he's doing for
the love of it.
But also to give back to his fans. Like that's when it's the whole here I have a banner for it.
I know you do. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a word. It's just a word, but it truly is the reciprocity. I'm gonna get that on a hat, by the way. Reciprocity.
Yeah, we got to work on that too.
But it's true. It's you put the energy out on stage and the energy comes back from the crowd and it's all one. You could argue that the Giants 3 championships was a massive example of reciprocity between the fans and the team because of the connection that the fans had with those teams and the energy that the fans brought to those home games. I went to all those home games. Some of the greatest sporting events in my life because of the energy inside that ballpark, man. I remember even during BP, like a couple times I went during BP and it's like, God, this place is just buzzing. You We haven't even gotten to first pitch.
How about when they rocked Lights by Journey in between innings and you got 53,000 people singing all at the same time about the city? Oh yeah, just the Bay Area vibe and energy for playoff games, especially. It's right up there with New York and the
dude.
East Coast, right there.
Remember Steve Perry was in the house and
Yep.
he up in between innings,
He was on the scoreboard.
and
Yeah.
Starts getting all hyphy and something like that. Yeah, it was great.
It was incredible. It's like, where else can you find this type of? You talk about like once in a lifetime kind of stuff, man. That was such a special time. That's why I feel like my dad always says it. He goes, Tony, the Giants, it's house money now. He goes, all I wanted was one. Because I'll never forget in 2002 when I watched Game 7 with him and my parents and some friends at our house. And in 2002, he looked at me and he goes, "It's just not going to happen in my lifetime." And I almost started crying for him. And then in 2010, it was just the party of all parties. And so he's just like, it's house money. And I don't feel as passionately about that because I want more. But I do feel like we were so lucky to have those titles, man. And just
Totally.
Oh, and the Niner titles also. But it's, dude, 94. 94.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
And
Baseball. We're lucky as a region to have, 11, 12 parades here.
Mm-hmm.
When you add them all up between Warriors, Giants, Niners, if you want to throw in the Raiders, it's 14.
Dude,
that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a great run for a region.
No question, Los. And I know if Paulie were on the show right now, he would talk about, because he and I talk about this all the time when we went on one of the floats for KMBR on the Giants parade, and looking out at all the fans, it's just like the purest expression of joy. It was like the parade is just the purest expression of joy. Everybody is so pumped to be there, and it's the greatest party ever. So come on, man.
Totally. Dude, we're like itching for this. It's like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I've always said if the Sharks were to ever win the Stanley Cup, would explode.
Tony Gary used to talk about that all the time and slightly jinx the team by calling for parades like way far in advance. But he was right. He was saying that parade might go from San Jose all the way to San Francisco and then back. It would be huge.
Well, it's like if the Niners win the Super Bowl, I'm sure the parade would start in Santa Clara, and then would it even leave Santa Clara? I'm kidding, of course. It better be in San Francisco. And I remember when Super Bowl 50 was at Levi's, all the events were up in San Francisco. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same case for this Super Bowl. But it's just interesting to see what's going to happen. You look at the stadiums that are built now, and then you look at Levi's, and it's like, ooh, all right. So, and also how frequently new stadiums are being built. Mm-hmm. My pipe dream, it'll never happen, but I was talking to Neil Denardi about this, Long Beach Pizza. By the way, we got to give Long Beach some love. Yeah. Could you imagine if Oracle, then Chase Center, then a new Levi's Stadium just south of Chase in that warehouse district right there in it would be the dog patch, basically. I mean, it would be like a sports mecca. It would be incredible, but it'll never happen. But it's just my pipe dream. And you could take Caltrain and walk right there.
Yeah, you could hop off Caltrain, get on a Lime scooter to a 49er game, and you're there.
Or you could take the ferry. From the East Bay. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I always thought an ideal place for a stadium right near neck of the woods, Tony, was San Mateo, right where Bay Meadows was. The weather is ideal. It's accessible to everybody in the Bay, but yeah, they just never did it.
Dude, and by the way, the chat has been on fire. I haven't referenced it as much because usually Paulie's hosting and I can look at the chat more often. But I want to go back, dude, is that Miriam says 7 minutes of Metallica and 7 minutes of other musicians from the Bay would have been great. And then Beat LA says, then Miriam says again, how about E40? And then Beat LA said, what did she say? She said something really good. Where'd it go? They need to have like a rock / hip hop show a la Aerosmith, Run DMC, Walk This Way.
Totally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right?
It could have easily been like the LA show where it was Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, I think that was really well done. Like they hit a bunch of artists, they made it one big show. We could have done something totally similar. Metallica could have been the band playing in the background the whole time. Like, yeah,
the house band. They're the house band, and then just come in and grab the mic. It would have been incredible. I don't know. It just makes me wonder what is behind the whole Bad Bunny. It's just, and I'm not against the Bad Bunny decision for the record. I'm not against it. I like Bad Bunny. He actually, I thought, was very good in Happy Gilmore too. And I don't like actively listen to his music, but if it's on, I'm not gonna like dislike it or turn it off. And I'm not anti Bad Bunny, but I'm just thinking you've got Metallica right here. You've got Neil Sean right there up in Marin County from Journey, just putting great guitar licks on social media all the time.
Trust me, Seek and Destroy is on my playlist to work out over Bad Bunny. 7 days a week. I'm not listening to Bad Bunny to work out, but Seek and Destroy for sure.
But like Miriam said, E40 too short. Those are too good.
Yeah.
I know I'm blanking on a lot of other. I mean, Carlos Santana.
Journey.
Yeah, it's just there's many different ways they could have gone, and they get Green Day in the mix, right? I don't know. They really kind of messed it up. So, anyways, guys, we got about 10 minutes left, right?
Cool.
First thing I want to talk about is there are two special birthdays today that that Los D brought to my attention earlier today, and we just want to celebrate two wonderful members of the PMP Familia. Want to wish a very happy birthday to Corinne Sartorio and also to Karen Bell. Want to wish both a happy birthday. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Karen. Oh, we need the cake, Tony. Do you have the cake handy?
Which cake? Well, stand by. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But happy birthday to you both. And while I was researching, I'm like, you know what? I want to see who they share their birthdays with. Hold on a second, man. I just came up with the cakes. Well, here we go. You can do this one. This is there you go. It's falling on me, popping out of the cake with rags. So happy birthday, Karen Bell, and happy birthday, Corinne. That's us popping out of a birthday cake for you with Rags as the master of ceremonies, I guess.
Rags, such a game show host look right there.
Totally.
Wheel of Fortune.
No, he's nighttime TV. So he's like the late show with Rags.
There you go. That's better,
dude. And so, by the way, this is a little hint. I'm going to play this. We're not dismissing the class, but hold on. Class dismissed. I don't know if Corinne or Karen know this, but they share their birthdays with Diamond David.
Oh, nice! Wow.
It's also David Lee Roth's birthday, man. So happy birthday to Diamond Dave. Happy birthday to Corinne. Happy birthday to Karen. And also happy birthday to Pat the Bat. It's Pat Burrell's birthday as well. So it'd be nice for maybe to Pat get Jung-Hoo Lee a chin strap, first of all. And then also maybe work on the runners in scoring position. The hitting with runners in scoring position. Maybe there's a way for Pat the Bat to get Devers to hit a home run when there's somebody on base versus when nobody's on base.
I like that.
I don't know. Just simple requests.
It'll be interesting to see if Pat's still around when the new manager's named, because new managers usually like their own guys, but to be determined.
Totally true, man. And that's another thing. Nick Hundley is the I don't know,
front runner.
Yep.
I said,
Tony, we gotta find the Hundley Like a Wolf song. If that happens, you gotta play that bad boy.
That 100%. That's in the archive somewhere in some flash drive or thumb drive or external hard drive. I can find it for sure.
Nice.
I gave Paulie a thumb drive like February with sound bites. I haven't seen it since. So
we'll do the tech day. We need a tech day to get him up on it.
We need a tech day. So but I like that Buster's looking at catchers, because I think catchers make good managers. Catchers and pitchers make good managers, I think, because they're involved in every single pitch of the game. Not to say that everybody else isn't involved as well, but not as intensely involved. pitchers and catchers. Bochy, look at Bochy, catcher. Look at Mike Scioscia was a good manager. Go on down the line, but we'll see what happens. Nick Hundley, sure. I feel better than that. I feel better about that than Suzuki. I feel stronger about Hundley than I do Suzuki. But I know that Buster interviewed him as well.
No more A's stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Just I don't know. And Hundley, there's something about him. Like he was he was Buster's backup for what, a couple
2 years, 2 seasons.
Yeah, and so obviously he has a relationship with Buster, and so who knows? I mean, it's funny. The irony is the best manager for the team would probably be Buster Posey, but
Totally.
that's not gonna happen.
I'm personally hoping for Yadier Molina. He's just a stickler to detail, maybe the best defensive catcher of our era. But there's a lot of people that push back because he was a Cardinal. But you gotta look past that because Dusty Baker was a Dodger and he was a hell of a manager. So
right. Los, good point. Actually, Carlos.
Huh?
He froze.
Interview with Benji, which was kind of interesting.
So, hey, Tom, you froze for a second. Say that again.
Yesterday on the Giants' social media, they posted an interview with Benji Molina, and I thought that was kind of interesting because he hasn't surfaced or done much with the team lately. So it was like interesting timing on having Benji come and talk about. They were really great questions too, so you should check that out. It was really awesome.
I'll check that out. Yeah. Team Yadier.
Los, I think you're onto something there too, man. And who cares about the Cardinal stuff, dude? Will Clark was a Cardinal, Like who cares? I think that's a great call. I really do. And I'm not just saying that Nick Hundley couldn't resonate with the Puerto Rican players and the Cuban players but I feel like maybe Yadier might be able to relate a little bit better or a little bit more. I don't know.
Hey, that communication is it's important. You can speak both languages, and that's a little bit important to be able to communicate and get your message out to your players, all your players.
Totally, man. So I mean, we're just starting the Giants off season. The hot stove is coming up, but we got a lot to be excited about. I feel like we got Dubs about to start, and Horford. I'm excited that Horford's a dub, and we got the Niners huge game this Sunday, possible playoff preview, and then I don't know. For me, I love playoff baseball, so I'm still watching baseball. I don't know how many people are still watching baseball, but nice to hear that you are, Lois, because there's something like I'm not a fan of the Dodgers or the Phillies, but I was glued to that game last night because of the drama of that game and every pitch. Man, I don't know. Like, am I?
No, you're not off there. I mean, we want to see it performed at its highest peak. Quality baseball and intense. We know what it's like to be at a playoff baseball game. Every pitch, every situation, is huge and it matters. So, no, I'm completely with you. I love playoff baseball. Miss it around here.
Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Look at Escobar.
Let's go. Nice.
Dude, he says, I have my powder blue Yachty.
Let's go. Let's go, Cheeks. Let's go.
Oh, man. That's a great call, Escobar. Thank you, man. And happy Friday to you, and happy Friday to everybody in the PMP Familia. Los, I want to talk about this as something nothing to do with anything we've talked about today. Nothing to do with Niners or Giants or Warriors or MLB playoffs or we love to riff on pop culture on this show, and we love to talk TV shows and music and food and a lot of BS, right? But dude, you took it upon yourself to make up a bracket of 70s and 80s or just you actually go ahead and explain it.
70s and 80s TV shows. Most of them had theme songs. In fact, I think maybe all of them did, some better than others, and just comprised it together into a 64 team bracket. and let the chat and let everybody look and remember. We all have our favorites, whether it's the show or whether it's the song, whether it's both.
Mhm.
And it was fun to put together. Like I told you guys, pre-game show, I thought about the first 45 off the top of my head, give or take, and I still had to fill out another 19 to make 64. And boy, it just reminds you a lot of your youth and when life was simpler and times were simpler, and just something. When you see the shows, I'm telling you, you're gonna like, wow, I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one. That's the fun of it.
Did you didn't like carry out the whole bracket and make like crown a champion, did you? Or did
No.
you?
No,
Okay.
I'll leave all of us to do that together,
Cool.
because some people are not going to be. Some people are going to be frustrated that their show, quote unquote, team gets knocked out in the first round.
That's the dude, Los. That's the freaking beauty of it, dude. Is that you're not going to please everybody, and somebody's got to move on, and somebody's got to go home. Dom, do you have access to that to the bracket?
Yeah, hang tight. Let me pull that up real quick.
It's
Give me
all in
1
fun.
second.
Nobody take it too serious. It's
Oh,
all
dude.
in fun.
And then as we end the show after the bracket, I'm going to show that picture of Eddie Pinheiro that we were sharing yesterday. Los. That is just freaking gold. Okay,
That's money.
Well, here, Dom, I'm gonna share that picture real quick. Actually, no, it'll distract us too much. I want to talk about this bracket because Los, I loved when I got that email from you saying, "Oh, by the way, guys, I just took it upon myself to make a bracket of 70s and 80s," and I'm like, "This is amazing. This is like a riff generator." Oh, see, okay. Now, oh yeah, zoom in on that bad boy. Oh,
Yep, hang tight.
now we're talking.
There we go.
That's the East bracket. I
Yep.
guess that's good.
Dude, Mary Tyler Moore versus Golden Girls. That's the first thing I see.
You know I had to represent our ladies in our group, and they have their show, so definitely those were some good ones.
Dude, Brady Bunch versus Chips. Who's
So
what?
good.
That's so, dude. Already I'm pissed. Like that.
I just randomly I just randomly wrote them down into different boxes, different sections. I didn't even think about matchups. I tried to put like who I thought maybe like the higher seeds at the very top of each one that might have a deep run. But again, that's just my own kind of like preference and opinion. But we'll see.
Dude, this is like I said, this is freaking gold. Los.
The Jeffersons versus Mork and Mindy. Wow,
That's a good one.
somebody's gonna get knocked out in the first round of that one. Those are two pretty good ones. I didn't know much about Quincy ME with Klugman, but that was a pretty highly rated show.
Wow.
I didn't watch it, but yeah.
You guys, you're taking me. So I got to give love to a group of buddies here in Belmont and San Carlos. We called ourselves the Greek Church Parking Lot because during COVID, the only way we could hang out is if we brought our beach chairs and coolers to the Greek Church parking lot in Belmont and sat in a spread out circle, and everybody brought their own beer, and we sat outside, and the Greek Church was cool with us doing it. So we called the GCPL, the Greek Church parking lot, and Mike Glover, the guy who gave me the Sasquatch, the Steal Your Sasquatch, he was like, you know what, guys, we should do some brackets. We should start doing some brackets online, and we did TV show brackets. I think Seinfeld and versus Cheers was like the final or something. I forget exactly the final tally, but dude, this is taking me back to that, Los, and we had so much fun doing that. So I think we should save this for when Paulie comes back, and we can get the PMP Familia involved, and we can take votes. We can have a live voting, and we can really run with this thing, man, because this would be an ongoing portion of our night flights if we wanted to for a while, because this has, like you said, Los, before the show started, when we talking about this bracket, Los says it's got night flight written all over it, and you're damn right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good back and forth for sure.
Oh yeah, thank you, Los. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely, my pleasure.
Dude, John Joseph, who do you love, baby? Kojak.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, this is so much fun, man. The streets of San Francisco, Hawaii 5-0. Damn, forgot that song, says Shank. I just saw that All in the Family was going up against One Day at a Time. That's again, wow. I don't
Yeah,
even-
Escobar made a good point. Like I shouldn't have put Mary Tyler Moore and the Golden Girls. I shouldn't have put two ladies shows. That
We can reshuffle it, Les. It's all
yeah,
good.
we can reshuffle
Yeah.
it definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not have two ladies going up against each other in the first round. So
The way the bracket is built, we can, there maybe we could tweak it a little, reshuffle a little, just to clean it up, and then it's ready to roll though.
no doubt. The 64 participants are there. We just need to, tweak it just a little bit.
Dude, phenomenal. So, Los, we thank you for creating that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, we got to come up with a name for that, and we got to bring that to the table when Paulie gets back. You guys, this has been a freaking blast because change is always good and healthy, right? And so, and because Paulie was like, "Hey, dude, do what you want, take the day off or do what you want." I said, "We've got these guys sitting right here." And the PMP family sitting right here. Let's do a show and let's see. And thank you guys for both being available to even do it in the first place.
Totally.
And second of all, it's just I feel like we got something really special here between this posse that began on January 8th when we started this show. And Paulie and I didn't know what to expect and didn't know what would happen, but this is episode 188. So
that's awesome.
We're 12 away from 200, and it's gonna be we're gonna do the Tolbert show in the backyard on October 24th. Then we're gonna do Longbridge Pizza on October 27th for the Warriors Memphis Grizzlies game. We've got your fundraiser, Dom, on November 6th. Do you want to talk about that real quick? Just why not real quick?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, the Gift of Vision's coming up on November 6th, so that's the evening where we're gonna raise some funds for childhood blindness. So it's the syndrome's called USH1B. It's a really rare disease, but actually more people have it than sort of we realize. And yeah, it's just a great event. It'll be in Mill Valley. It's an awesome evening.
Yeah.
It's technically a gala, so it's gonna be come with your best dressed, have fun. There's live music, amazing food, fun auction. So yeah, all the information's available on SaveSiteNow.org, and there's still a few tickets left. We're nearly sold out. I think there's maybe like under 10 tickets. Want to say 200 and something people will be there that evening, so it should be awesome.
Right on. That's so great, man. Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
We'll be there.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great night. And yeah, there are still a few seats available. If anybody wants to get involved, SaveSiteNow.org. Dom, thanks for introducing that to us and getting us involved with that, because you know how we feel about giving back and the whole reciprocity. I hate going back to the word, but it's so true. And what we did with the food bank. Thanks for the help with the food bank too, with the SF Marin Food Bank. I think the final total, I forget the final total, but it was I think it was I don't know, around $1,500 that you all contributed to the SF Marin Food Bank, and they tripled that donation, I believe. So
tripled it, and it already went through. It's already going through the process of getting transferred to them. So it's awesome. They sent us a really nice note thanking us for the first fundraiser that we've done for them. It was great. So there's gonna be more to come for sure.
That's awesome, dude. And also, before we leave, Longbridge Pizza is the first partner we ever had on the show. They emailed us. Neil emailed us back in January and said, "You guys looking for sponsors?" We were like, "Hell yeah, we're looking for sponsors, looking for partnerships, looking for fostering relationships." And Longbridge 2347 3rd Street in San Francisco in the Dog Patch. We talk about it constantly, but I'll never stop raving about it, about the food, about the beer, about the people, about the whole vibe. And anybody that's been there knows about the vibe that Neil puts out, and it's nice, dude. There it is.
We don't all fit in the oven. We got to like kind of squeeze in here. There
Yeah.
we go.
Oh, it's so good. But Neil is just the vibe they've created there is just incredible. And longbridgepizza.com is where you can order your food for takeout or delivery. And the food, if you want to go down to brass tacks, the pizza and the sandwiches and the salads and everything are fantastic. And the sourdough crust, right? And I think we were explaining that to Rita Oak, the Sports Illustrator, that when she comes, we want to take her there so she can experience sourdough pizza crust. Anyways, Longbridge Pizza, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
We love you guys, and we love the vibe, and we love Andre and Steven Cabino, and we have Andrew up in Tahoe, who is partners with Neil, and they created this thing, 12 years ago, and it's going stronger than ever, Neil says, and they're doing really well, but it's going stronger than ever because of the effort and time and love that Neil puts into it. And so thank you, Longbridge Pizza. Check them out, 234 7th 3rd Street or longbridgepizza.com. And it all started with Art Polly's and my love for pizza. And so that's how it began. And then also, Carlos, I'm going to put you on the spot, dude. But Los De La Fuente, we love your partnership too, man. And can't thank you enough for the support. And some dear friends of mine here in town have enlisted your services, and they do nothing but rave about you and talk so highly about their experience with you. And Paulie and I, again, can't emphasize enough. You want to have somebody that you, yeah, dude, but you want to have somebody that you trust and like when you're dealing with your finances and when you're dealing with your home, when dealing with something as big as a mortgage or something that important to you. And we riff about the trust Carlos and all and the imagery that Dom has created, but it's all based in very true feelings about making sure that you find somebody you trust, and that's you, Los. And so, Dom, I'm going to put up the calculator real quick. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, do it. Yeah, let's get in there.
I was cutting off.
Duck down. You just see our eyes.
That's okay. You got the most important part the Portugal had. That's okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tony always gets the eyes. That's it.
That's hilarious.
That's better. But any type of loans, all day loans, HELOC loans, refis, reverse mortgages, those are just to name a few. But Los, if there's anything you want to say on your own behalf, but I'd like to say, give Los a call, 925-250-4894, or email Carlos at myflexnow.com. But Carlos, I don't mean to put you on the spot, Los, but if there's anything you want to say to people before we wrap the show up, I'd love to have you take the mic and go for it if you want.
Oh, well, just, you know, the feeling is mutual. My love for you guys and the chat and the community has just grown exponentially week by week, month by month. You know, we're kind of like the Warriors in this group. You know, we got strength by numbers. It's been that way since January 8th, and it's continuing to be that way, and it's getting stronger and stronger. So, you know, I always say that, you know, trust is earned. You know, I had to, you know, not just be a sponsor and just say, hey, trust him. I had to go through, you know, conversing and having these deals. And some of them haven't, you know, worked out because they're just not ready. They don't qualify, whatever the reasons may be. But we have those conversations. We talk and we communicate and we bond. And that's what it's all about. You know, I'm big on that, on verbal conversations rather than technology. So the feeling is mutual. You guys are awesome. Love what you do, and just going to keep supporting it and keep growing as we go.
Oh man, Los, thank you, brother. And also, well, I should do this. Hang on one sec. Karen.
There's
Bell.
Karen. There's the birthday girl. There's the birthday girl.
Hell yeah.
Well, yes.
Nice, Karen.
You, Karen, thank you for the super. And yes, a little birdie, actually a not so little of a birdie named Carlos De La Fuente at Los D told me that it's your birthday today. And I don't know if you were on the show earlier, Karen, but in case you weren't, you and Diamond David Lee Roth share the same birthday. So
heck yeah.
To you and Diamond Dave and Corinne, one of the members of our of our PMP Familia. So happy birthday, y'all.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
thank you for the super. And you know what, boys? We can wrap it from here.
Tony, 2 things real quick. Rest in peace, Sister Jean. We didn't cover that guy. So she was, oh man, heart and soul, right?
106. Wow. What a run.
2018 Final Four, Loyola Chicago. I mean,
Yep.
she had the entire heart of the country, and she had us in the palm of her hand, man. And so she passed away yesterday, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So 106 years, just what a vibe, what a just the true essence of passion, you know. And smile, man. Look at the smile every time you saw her in courtside.
Totally.
Oh, it's just incredible. So yeah, Sister Jean, rest in peace, and thank you for the vibes. And I'm sure they're going to honor her greatly at Loyola Chicago and all over. Chicago.
She might get a statue,
dude.
We might have to put a little bit of money on Loyola Chicago. They might be inspirational all the way to the Final Four. Just saying, you know, inspiration goes a long way.
Los, I love where your head's at, man.
Yeah. Little Sister
Finance.
Jean money.
Hey, the calculator just went up, you know, so it just triggered me.
Yeah.
By the way, Grossmo is asking, 106 years old. She was 106 years old. Just incredible. What a run. And look, I mean, Dom, thank you for bringing that to the table.
Yeah.
I had to bring that up.
Totally. Other thing was did you want to do the music assignment from the group?
Oh, wow.
Want to do that real quick?
That's right. Yeah. Okay, here. Okay. Oh boy. Here we go.
Tony, while you bring that up, I could do mine real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, I mean, this is a tough one, right? Flight. There's so many songs about this stuff. I kind of debated between 3 or 4, and I narrowed down to 2. So I got 2 real quick ones that aren't on the playlist yet. So, first one. So coming in second is Pearl Jam, "Given to Fly." Had to add that one. Badass song. Pearl Jam for life. That song is incredible. Seen it live a bunch of times, but this album is awesome. "Given to Fly."
It's a great song, great album.
Totally. And second, or coming in first, so this one is kind of building off of a lot of conversations we had last night with Metallica. There was a lot of other musicians in the room. A couple guys from Faith No More, Anthrax guys. So Ozzy was a constant thread last night in the question and answer, in the reception afterwards. His final concert came up because 4 or 5 of the guys were there on stage. So my choice is "Flying High" again,
dude,
off "Diary of a Madman."
Yeah.
So it's kind of bad reflection because that's the actual vinyl it's printed on. But look at that. Look at that.
Oh man.
Look at that mug.
That mug of Ozzy I had on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That exact album cover I had on a t-shirt, and it scared the bejesus out of my mom. And my dad just kind of rolled his eyes, and my mom was like almost crying. And I think I was 12 or 13 when I was wearing it, and she was like, "What are you doing? What? I can't believe you." And so finally, I started fibbing to her, where I would say, "I'm not gonna ever wear it again." I would stuff it in my backpack, and then as soon as I left the house, that thing was on. Sorry, mom. But dude, yes,
I cannot compete with the greatness that it is Dom Peralta and having the props right on deck and the album to show. But I will just say off the top of my head, I would say, I don't know who sings it, but it's "Fly, Robin, Fly, da-na-na-na-na-na, up to the sky." I don't know who sings it. Help me out, chat.
Ooh.
It's a 70s song. It's a 70s song. Dom, help me. I always go to Dom for help for everything. Fly,
sing it again.
Robin. Hey, my voice sucks, man, but "Fly, Robin, fly up to the sky." It's a 70s song. I know somebody in the chat knows it.
Los, I just looked it up. I would never have gotten this, but your ear. It's like a disco R&B sound by Silver Convention.
Ooh, wow! I never have got that one.
No, and it's a 1975 disco hit and they're a German group.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Fly,
Hey.
rock, fly. How about that, dude? Is that amazing?
That's amazing.
I
Hell
just
yeah.
I just went from a C+ to a B- on music. I'm trying to get to that B+. I'll take it, man.
Here we go, man. I'm gonna run through some titles, and I'm gonna
Awesome.
let it fly. Starting off with Escobar. Starting off with Cheeks. He says, "Fly Away," Lenny Kravitz. He says, "Drunk on a Plane" by Dierks Bentley. He says, "Aeroplane," Red Hot Chili Peppers. "Jet Airliner" and "Fly Like an Eagle," Steve Miller Band. "Airplane"
Beautiful.
by the Plain White Tees. "Danger Zone" by Kenny.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
Patty from Napa checking in. She says, "Train leaves here this morning." That's it. She doesn't say the artist though. Is that the Eagles? I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't think it's the Eagles, but she just says "Train leaves here this morning" was her pick. I don't know the artist though.
I think the Eagles, dude. It might not be their song, but I think I've heard them cover that.
Okay. All right. And then Dan Hughes checking in. He says, "Another great week in the books. Safe travels, Paulie. I'm going classic rock." And he says Led Zeppelin's "Night Flight." Of course, when the train
Oh, yeah.
stops, all together we all smile is the lyric. Then he says "Train Kept It Rolling" by Aerosmith. He says "Jet Airliner" by Steve Miller. "Highway to Hell," AC/DC. "Learning to Fly," Pink Floyd. And Bachman Turner
Overdrive. Wow. Nice BTO.
"Roll On Down the Highway."
Hell yeah.
By the
Hey guys, it's not a song, but look under my name. Fly Pelicans.
Totally.
I'm trying to squeeze that in.
Dude.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
get it
squeeze
in.
that for extra bonus points, Dom. Extra credit.
Fly, come on, Pelican.
One more time. One more time.
Pelican, fly, come on, Pelican.
Boom. The best. And by the way, we're gonna end on that picture of Eddie Pinheiro. After that's a little tease right there, that sounder. Dan, thank you so much for the great call. By the way, a little side note: Paulie and I used to interview John Gruden on the Ticket 1050 when we did a morning show together. We had the John Gruden show. John Gruden told us, because I remember I asked him once, like, "Hey, like you're going to the race facility super early in the morning, like what's on the radio?" And he goes, "Well, I usually try to change it up, but this morning I had some Bachman Turner Overdrive." You know how he talks, you know?
Totally.
Dude, BTO, man.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
That's
So
fantastic.
Miriam checking in. She says the Steel Drivers midnight train to Memphis. Nice work. And then she said, "P.S. When will the broads of PMP shirts be available on the merch site?" So
Ooh, stickers next week. Stickers coming next week. Shirts are probably end of month. So we need to talk to our printers in South City. So they're busy getting ready for Warriors season. So they got a lot of stuff on deck. So we're getting in queue.
Beautiful. Thank you for working on that, Dom.
Yep.
Lily Merchant checking in. "Born to be Wild," Steppenwolf, and "End of the Line" by the Traveling Wilburys. That's a great call. Greg Trela. Greg's always got some good stuff. He says, "This week I'm going with "Learning to Fly" by the Foo Fighters." And then he says, then he put a music video that includes Jack Black and Kyle Gass of Tenacious D as airline employees smuggling unmentionables in the plane's coffee filter. I gotta watch this video.
Totally.
Thank you, Greg. That's awesome. Noemi checking in. Noemi's always got some flavor for us. She says,
Yeah.
she goes, "I'm going with the original 1959 Have Love Will Travel" by Richard Berry. And
Nice.
she says it's been covered by several artists since then. She says the Sonics garage punk version from 1965 is pretty good too. That's Naomi gets deep, and I love how deep she gets with her musical picks.
Really
She
deep.
hosts like she really hosts. She should be like a DJ, just host like, I don't know, go to a
Deep
bar.
cuts.
Yeah,
Totally.
deep cuts with Noemi, and then just sell her hot sauce while she's at it. Jerome checking in. He says, "What's up?" He says, "Zion Train" by Bob Marley. Stand by, because we're going to get on the Zion train.
Herb. Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
There we go. Get on board the Zion train. Thank you, Jerome. I needed to play that. Jessica Sylvia checking in, also known as Beat LA. She says, "Gotta be Gonna Fly Now," the theme from Rocky. That's
Nice.
Oh, outside the box.
Wow. That is a great. And then she goes, "Let's go Niners, kick some Baker ass."
Hell yeah, beat LA. Hell yeah.
Awesome stuff, BLA. Thank you, John Joseph. All right, John Joseph, come on. What do you got?
Dig in.
Yeah, okay. I bestow upon thee one of the most criminally underrated Sabbath records of all time, Born Again, and a song sang and written by a true legend, singing about what he does best, singing about his cars. I giveth to thee, Sir Lord Ian Gillian's personal masterpiece. This is John. Well written, by the way. And so the
Off
song,
the charts.
right?
Off the charts.
He says the song is Trashed by Black Sabbath, and he provided a video link. Thank you, John Joseph. Love,
Awesome, JJ.
very well put, very well said. This is oh no, that's here's Stevie B. Steve Bisecchio says Canned Heat's on the road again. Then he says Queens of the
Nice.
Stone Age, Autopilot, and then Beatles back in the USSR. Dude, wow.
Dude.
B. Great.
Nice, Stevie B.
And then we got Marky Graves. So just end it on a high note with Marky Gravy Graves. Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. Kashmir by Led Zeppelin is his musical assignment. Thank
Nice.
you all. Thank you
Hell
all for
yeah.
the assignments. I love ending the week that way.
Well done.
Love it.
Yeah, that's the best.
Last,
Oh yeah.
last
One,
Oh,
one,
good.
one
Yeah.
last quick shout out and love to Karen Bell, the birthday girl. I cannot, Karen, because of you, watch and listen to a Bobby Sala press conference without referencing Gene Simmons. I'm expecting him to throw on the platform, start flapping out the tongue and playing a guitar. Like seriously, like for the rest of my life, I hear Sala. That was such one of the great voice analogy calls I've heard in my lifetime. They are exactly alike. So great job, Karen Bell.
Well, hold on. You know what? I'm going to wing it right now. I'm just going to wing it. Okay.
Let's do it.
Why not? I'm going to play some Gene Simmons. And
So good.
I'm trying to load this video, so stand by. I got to skip.
Hell yeah.
The video.
Los, I think I need to do a little Photoshop work with Sala. Put some face paint on him. You know what I mean? I can see it.
With the bald head, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. But in order to appreciate this voice, close your eyes. Because you close your eyes and it accentuates your hearing even more. And tell me if this is not spot on. Great job, Karen Bell.
Okay, so here we go. So let's first listen to Gene Simmons, okay? So I'm going to share the screen with Gene Simmons, and this is just an interview I found him talking about weakness for women. I didn't mean to pull up this interview, but this is just Gene talking. So don't listen to
Don't listen to the content, just hear the voice.
Yeah,
Great job, Tony.
Here we go. Hold on.
Lock in.
12, 13, 14, I didn't do so well with girls. And, I desperately wanted their companionship. I didn't know if I wanted a girlfriend or if it was just sex or anything. I just was attracted. And then
Okay, so that's enough because he's about to go, and now.
God, that's so good.
Oh, Tony, are you playing Sala? I don't think it came through.
No, sorry about that. I apologize. Thank you.
That's okay.
I have to switch the screen. So that little more Simmons. I'm going to go further down because I'm afraid he was going to say right there.
drugs. I was guilty as charged of going after the pleasures of the flesh. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guilty.
Let's
That's
make sure we don't stick heroin.
That's Gene Simmons. Now here's Bobby Sala. Okay, here we go. Let's give me Sala.
Still have a really good group of pass rushers. We've got a really good group of young guys in the secondary that are all looking to take advantage of their opportunities. So while some things change, some things won't.
Dude, that is uncanny. It really is.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Thank you. At least Sala is talking about football and not talking about whatever Gene Simmons was.
Totally.
These two have got to get together. Simmons has got to get on a press conference and talk about blitz and man coverage. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Simmons needs to get on talking about coverage, and then Saleh needs to get on there talking about when he was a kid that he didn't like girls or he didn't had a hard trouble getting girls. Just cross them, like Paulie likes to do. Do the crossfade it.
The crossfade
it. That's so good.
I don't think we can top that, except for one way that can top that. The only thing that can top that is this picture that we saw on social media yesterday of Eddie Pinheiro in Scarface. I mean, that is just, I mean, there you go.
That's it.
Like I said in the group text, first you make the team, and then you make the kicks, and then you get the woman. Just like that, man.
And then you go,
Well, say good night to the bad guy.
Dude, I think that's it. We've done our work here, Tony.
and
checkmate.
And then
Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
oh, dude, it's just incredible.
So say good night to the bad guy.
That is just
Classic.
well, guys. On that note, the game might come down to that man's leg and that man's foot. So let's hope that Eddie Pinheiro French kisses another upright, and then we can share that photo again next week and rejoice in a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday.
Let's go. Let's go.
Reminders, programming reminders, and you can see people were asking on the chat about where to find the music assignment. The playlist, PMP playlist on Spotify and Apple Music. Just search PMP playlist 25 on Spotify and Apple Music. You'll find it there. I think Paulie added the songs yesterday. And also Monday we're off, and then Tuesday we're back at 11 a.m. Paulie and Rags live from Jersey. I'll be here from San Carlos, California, and we'll rock and roll and get the week going and take it from there. Hopefully talking about a Niner win on Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be talking about that on Tuesday. So, guys, any final thoughts before we wrap?
This was awesome, Tony. I mean, thank you for having us come on, share some awesome stories, Niners, Metallica, laughs together. This was fantastic. So really appreciate you and Paulie and Los. You're a badass, dude. It's always fun talking with you, rapping with you. So thank you,
dude. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Los, any final thoughts about Niners Bucs? Give me vibes.
34-27 Niners. Eddie Pinheiro is not needed for a last-minute kick. They will win by a touchdown.
Wow. Okay.
Nice. 34-27. Write it down.
I think Dirk Diggler wants to chime in on that pick. Hey, stand by.
You got the touch. You got the power.
There we go. And then, first of all, Escobar is a super at the end of the show here. Escobar checking in. He says, I need Eddie to kick a game winner Sunday and yell, say goodnight.
That's true. That's a good call. That is true.
Say good night to the bad guy.
That's great, dude. Escobar. On that note, man, I think from there we need to let the birthday boy who shares his birthday with Corinne and Karen Bell. One last time, happy birthday, Corinne Sartoria. Karen Bell, happy birthday, because you share your birthday with this gentleman.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah, guys. Hey, thank you so much, both of you, for hanging out. I mean, it was an absolute pleasure just riffing and you guys, obviously I took more of your time than I promised, so
it was awesome.
I appreciate you hanging
Always
out.
Always a blast, boys.
Yeah, thanks you guys, and thanks to Kate Scott who joined us earlier in the show. Thank you to everybody in the chat. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope for me personally, go Tigers tonight. I hope they win it, but if Seattle wins it, then go Seattle against the Blue Jays. And I think Seattle's going to be rocking tonight. That stadium's going to be rocking tonight. And then go Niners against the Bucs on Sunday. And then everybody have a great, wonderful weekend. Oh, by the way, the Italian Heritage Parade and Festival. Get on out to North Beach if you can on Sunday. I'll be emceeing the parade with Paul Tonelli. So come on out if you can. If not, it's going to be a hell of a party that we'll report back on next week. So,
Oh yeah.
on behalf of Don Peralta, on behalf of Los D, Carlos de la Fuente, peace, y'all. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.